One of the most important transits of the year is happening March 27th until April 5th. Saturn in Aries at 5 degrees, sextiles Pluto in Aquarius at 5 degrees. And this is empowered energy, bringing your attention to what are you newly creating that supports your personal leadership, your sovereignty, your courage. What are you putting energy into that supports a bigger vision that can be realized? These two planets working together in a sextile creates harmony, support, and ease for what you are building, for what you are choosing to invest in. This is where the newness of Aries energy is strengthened by Saturn's abilities to determine boundaries, restrictions, limitations, asking you to be decisive, stand strong in who you are, own your sense of self, feel a new level of courage in how you're showing up in the world. And note that as that energy connects with Pluto, the planet of transformation and empowerment, there's going to be a new sense of feeling strong in who you are, being able to put in energy, time, and resources into the next dream, the next vision, the next thing that you've been thinking about. Saturn in Aries is asking you to look at what is sustainable. What can you invest in that is worth the commitment? Pluto in Aquarius is asking you to think about, where does this go? What's the bigger picture? Is this correct for me and where I want my life to lead me next? But Saturn and Pluto working together are going to make it real. Now, the last time that Pluto and Saturn had an important aspect was back in January 2020, where they had their infamous conjunction at 23 degrees of Capricorn. World-changing developments happened starting in 2020. Now here they are in a sextile, working together to help you create something real and true that also reflects what you value now, what you want now. And the way I was seeing this energy was of a chariot, but I was seeing it as Saturn in Aries as the fire horse, since Aries is a fire sign, but Saturn would be a bridled horse, right? Like it has a sense of responsibility to the chariot that it's pulling. And so I'm seeing this chariot as a part of your consciousness or your energy field that is inspired to move forward. And it's that Saturn in Aries that is bringing your attention to what really matters to you now. What are your priorities? Where are you ready to be more courageous, more independent, ready to do something on your own because it matters to you in this life? It is big. It's a big scale thing here that we're choosing. And then the chariot is the Pluto in Aquarius energies that are connected to either the community, the people, the systems, the other things that are involved that are also part of moving us forward. This is change agent energy. This is Saturn in Aries, new leaders coming to the forefront, new styles of leadership, new understandings of personal sovereignty and responsibility to yourself that you're fully owning, especially from an empowered standpoint. And so this chariot that I'm seeing around this particular aspect is asking you to be very intentional in where you're moving forward and what you're choosing, because you're actually bringing with you a lot of power and higher consciousness that I feel is working with this forward movement. And this is meant to be something new and different. Pluto is in a new territory here. Pluto is at 5 degrees of Aquarius, hasn't been here before. Saturn, newly in Aries, hasn't made it this far in Aries yet. So both planets are in new territory. They only make this exact sextile once. And so they're syncing up to get on the same page, to put energy towards what you want in your life next. That bigger vision of Pluto in Aquarius. And I see it as, it's interesting because I feel like part of the baggage, if you will, the fears of Pluto in Aquarius is that these can be dreams and parts of your soul's experience that didn't work out so well in previous lifetimes. So there's a built-in fear around trying again. And perhaps sensing, well, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I have everything. Overthinking. There can be a sense of, is this really going to happen? And the energy says it's going to happen in a new way, within a new energy field, and because you're operating from a new level of consciousness that wasn't available to you in those other lifetimes or in those other realms. And so part of this rebirth is you might feel that you're giving energy to something that was unfinished in another lifetime. Or there could be something coming around again that you're excited about and a little bit fearful around. And so when I see that chariot, maybe that chariot could feel a little heavy, like it's holding a lot of energy from other lifetimes or other soul experiences, that you're feeling like it's slowing you down, or it's just an acknowledgement that I've tried this before and it didn't happen the way I thought it would. But there's a renewal here of forward motion and really strong creative energy, that if you're inspired to do something, and it would be personal and significant, there's a reason why it's showing up at this time, because there's also something to be acknowledged around you're no longer that version of self, or you're no longer that expression of your energy in another lifetime. There's a sense of, but you're different now. The collective field is different now. The energies have shifted now. And so there might be something here that you're ready to take on that you're also sensing you couldn't do it previously. Because I'm feeling like there could be the understanding of, well, I tried it before and everything went wrong. I'm actually getting flashbacks of Atlantis energies here around things that went horribly wrong, because this can be about experiments, technologies, doing something on the cutting edge, doing something for the first time, and it didn't take off, it didn't go well. This energy now, here on this planet, in this energy cycle, says yes. There's support to make it happen. And not only is that energy strong right now, the end of March into early April, but there's going to be even more developments, more creation, and more next level advancements in July, when we're going to see 4 planets all connecting at 4 degrees in your chart. And that's going to include this Pluto in Aquarius at 4 degrees. We'll have Neptune in Aries at 4 degrees, Jupiter in Leo at 4 degrees, Uranus in Gemini at 4 degrees. I think that's where this chariot's headed. What you're starting now, end of March, beginning of April, what's being initiated and coming to your awareness as that next thing that you want to invest in, you want to make it real. It's coming alive now, because in July, it takes a new shape. It takes a new form. It gets more color. It expands. It starts to take on a life of its own. I mean, the energies in July are really strong. That's something that Pam Gregory and I discussed in our collaboration video that you can find here on my channel or on her channel, was the significance of July, the world changing. We felt it as very uplifting, creative, positive developments that we're moving towards. Energies are starting to arrive now in March. And there's a process that needs to be followed, a development process. That's part of Saturn and Aries. You've got to follow things and take care of them. Saturn and Aries brings regulation and moderation. So going back to seeing this fire horse as a bridled horse that is Saturn, there's a sense of let's pace ourselves here. Let's ensure that we're moving ahead responsibly. We're not forgetting anything. We're not being too impulsive. But let's ensure that we're doing this correctly, because where this is going in July is important, is a big deal. And of course, this can be so many things. So for you personally, here's where I want you to look. In your chart, you're looking at where you have 5 degrees of Aries by house placement. Then you're looking at where you have 5 degrees of Aquarius by house placement. These two houses are talking to each other. These are the 2 areas of your life that are syncing up in a supportive, harmonious manner. A sextile is easy. It's known as like being best friends, good allies. You bring forward your gifts. The other person brings forward their gifts. It blends, it works, it happens. Things can transpire faster than you expect and easier than you expect with this aspect. And so if you have felt that something was delayed, postponed, you didn't even know you'd had energy for it, perhaps even you've been considering, how much do I want this? Do I really desire this next? You're going to have clarity with this aspect. You're going to even sense physically if it still inspires you and motivates you. That's also Saturn and Aries. But these 2 areas of your chart, these 2 houses, are working together to co-create something brand new and special that is significant to you, that matters to you. And there can be any number of combinations of how this can show up in a chart. But the Saturn in Aries is asking you to look at your personal sovereignty, your personal leadership, and your self-awareness. Like, what are you sensing resonates with you so powerfully now? It aligns, and you've had a sense even that I want this. I'm going to make this something I create and invest in. Then here comes this Pluto in Aquarius that is empowering and brings about the people, which is Aquarius, the community, the systems you need, what needs to be put in place to take something to the next level. That Pluto in Aquarius is the technology, the efficiency. It's going to show you things in a new light, bring about an approach that Saturn didn't see on his own. This can be genius level breakthroughs and understandings. This can be very exciting. And that's basically how I approach this particular aspect, is that there is something that's ready to move forward and come together end of March into April. And then it's going to lead you to more developments, expansion, and next level advancements in July. So I hope this gives you some insights into what that could be for you, especially anything you've been planning. Saturn in Aries can take a calculated risk and say, it's time. This is what I want. I'm going to go for it. Time is on your side with this Saturn sextiling Pluto. There could even be a push forward. That's also Plutonic. A force bigger than yourself is moving a project forward, an idea, an endeavor. Something is ready to be birthed and advanced. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So again, I hope this gives you some things to look at in your own life and in your own chart, to work with the timing of this aspect. and to notice what is coming together in your world. Maybe you've been waiting on it. Maybe you didn't think it would connect or happen, and now it is. The aspect is exact, March 28th. But again, it continues into April 5th, since that's how long both planets stay at 5 degrees. So 5 degrees is the exact point, 5 degrees Aries, 5 degrees Aquarius. I would give this a tight orb. I would say 2 degrees either side, simply because of how slow moving Pluto is. Also, this aspect only happens once. Saturn moves on. Saturn retrogrades back to 7 degrees of Aries in December, but doesn't make another exact aspect to Pluto at that time. So there's things that are ready to happen and to be created. This is powerful birthing energy. This is world-changing developments. This is understanding a new day is here. There could also be a strengthening in the people, in individual rights, in collective endeavors. Again, the change agent is highlighted here. New levels of leadership, new leaders coming to the forefront, new understandings of what represents the people or the collective. A lot here feels overall positive and supportive for where we're going next. So, hope this has been useful for you. And I discuss more on a podcast. Now, my podcasts are audio only, and I release those on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they each have their own topic and theme. So if you want more of a deep dive into this particular topic, do listen to my podcast on this beautiful aspect, because I hope it helps you prepare and make the most of what you're ready for, of where you have that yes. So as always, thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel. And in the comments below, I would love to hear what you're feeling and sensing around this energy. Like, what is coming up for you that you're ready for? Because what you share might be exactly what someone else needs to read and see in their own life. So that's one thing I beautifully love and appreciate about this community, is how positive you are, how high vibrational you are, how supportive you are for one another. It's very special. So thank you for bringing that into this space. I'll be back soon with another video here on YouTube. In the meantime, wishing you a beautiful experience of Saturn sextile Pluto.